Good afternoon everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK, and Happy New Year. So it's the 1st of January 2023, so yeah, I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you're not nursing sore heads, but you know, from overindulging. I know quite a lot of you, like me, went to bed before the new year came in, but I have to say I was up for the new year, and I was up for a good few hours after it because the fireworks here were absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they were crazy, and yeah, the cat was a little bit, he wasn't scared, but he was a little bit, what's the word? A little bit concerned. Yeah, he wasn't scared, but he didn't know what was going off. He kind of had his ears back and that, kept looking at me like, what's that? What's happening? So yeah, I got up and spent a bit of time with him as well. So yeah, unfortunately I've got a bit of a sore head for no partying. That's not right, is it? But Neil's at work today, so yeah, lazy day for me. Yeah, the final bits of Christmas decorations coming down. I've taken most of them down, but there are odd bits here and there that I keep thinking, oh yeah, that's Christmassy and it needs to go now. So yeah, that's me for this afternoon, and yeah, probably a few cups of tea and TV. So what are we doing today, Denise? Never mind what you're up to. We are, yeah, look, the scraps are still here from yesterday's video, and while yesterday's video was uploading, it took forever. I did sit here and create with some more of the scraps. I know you're thinking, did you? But I did. I created this look. So new year, I've decided new year, new stash. So I'm going to make lots of ephemera these next coming weeks. Definitely, like I said, with my master boards, I'm going to get them all cut up and things made with them. But also lots of other, you know, different pieces of ephemera made ready for all the journals we're going to make. So it's a double journaling. Is that a bit? What is it? Pocket, I guess, because it's got journal cards here and here, and they are just plain on the back, and it's very nearly all out of my scraps. This actual journal card was 2 pieces of digital put together and cut, but apart from that, and digitals that are already printed and what have you. So yeah, everything else has, apart from the beautiful birds, of course, that feels like it's up. Everything else has come from the scrap pile. Now, I have to say, it did take me a little while to make, actually. I was surprised. I had a little idea and I thought, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I should be able to whip one of those up with a bit of collagen. Have I got my microphone on? I have. But yeah, it actually took me quite a while. So obviously I was working it out as well at the same time. But it was one of these, you probably gathered, as I was playing with it. And yeah, I'm not using the coffee dyed ones. I've got loads of these envelopes. I think you know that. I've got lots of them in a car boot bag. That's it. I just want to tuck the insides in. So I started, come out. If you don't want, have I ripped it? No, it doesn't matter because I'm going to collage it. But yeah, if you want these things to come apart, they don't want to, do they? Let me just, cheers, move that out the way a little bit. Glue stick is here, yes. Just get rid of some of those bits I've torn now. They become lumpy, aren't they? So yeah, I just glued both sides and tucked them in to give like this shape here. Oh. So I did the folio, didn't I, last week with the envelope. So if you've got lots of envelopes lying around, mine were Christmas card envelopes and, you know, reused envelopes that people had sent me. You could do this with those as well. And I'm thinking I quite like them. That it's bulky-ish because of the amount of scraps I've stuck on it. But I'm thinking I might do some in the week. Come on, bend. What's up with you? Fighting me. Just by matting ordinary digitals down. Which, you know, they might be thinner, they might not, I don't know, but you know, just so that I've got a few more in my stash. Right, then what did I do? Make sure it's not stuck. And I folded it inwards, so those pieces were facing inwards. And I didn't do it straight away, but I am going to this time. So when you've made one, you often find an easier way, don't you? I'm going to ink all the way around it, ever so slightly. Just helps you see the edges and yeah, find the crease in the middle when you're collaging. There's a dog out there having a rare old bark. I don't know why. We don't usually have a lot of barking dogs out there, so there are dogs that live round and you do hear them occasionally, but yeah, he's most upset about something. Maybe there's another person out there with a dog stood chatting. And you see him move along away from mine. It's the only thing I can think. I know Simba can hear it because he's upstairs with me. He's not in here, much to his dismay. He does like to sneak in when he can. But yeah, he's just had a little zoom up and down the stairs, which I think is because he can hear the dog. Okay, so that's that. Then I started collaging. Right, I did these round these bits because they're a little bit flimsy. Do you think? Do you think I could put that? Now look, I have been putting bits. I know that's a whole day's worth, but look at all those that I've thrown away. Aren't you proud of me? I'm quite proud of myself. Oh, butterfly there. Yeah, so I used some of the tiny bits that I can't bring myself to throw away. Are they here? Let's have a look. Yeah, to go around those edges. So let's do that again. And I didn't ink, I don't think. So the thing is, they're going to be folded double around there. I need a glue book. So yeah, I don't want any really thick pieces. It's a lovely piece of that inked and dyed. Whoops. Let's start in the middle. I started at the edges last time. I think I'll do a piece in the middle and a piece on either. I thought you were bent over. On each edge, and then see what I need to overlap. I started doing this just so that it was pretty inside when I opened it up, or like this back one when it shows. That is a very tiny piece of paper. Oh, it's a piece of envelope. Look, it's got some lovely gold on it though, so I think it's from maybe that envelope that I used on the last journal. Yeah, go on, it's a bit of an angle that, so everything can fold over though. That's it. And oh, this was from that Christmas kit that I've just used, but it's not a Christmas picture, it's a winter picture. Yeah, and again it can just fold over because I did put a piece over each end. Oh, some of this lovely pink. No, that's not the pink. That's not Angie's pink, this is. I'm not going to use it on the edge though. So a piece of that. No point in chopping it off, might as well use it all. Did you see what I was going to do then? I was going to glue it with my dauber. Yes, so I'm kind of acting, aren't I, like I've had a drink. I haven't. I might have one this afternoon actually. I think I told you I bought a bottle of Bailey's at Christmas, and I did have 3 or 4. I mean, it is blood test on Wednesday, so I'll have to be careful, but one piece of that will be nice. Yeah, I just might celebrate the new year in a civilised style. I'm not taking tablets so far this morning, so my leg's still swollen, but no pain. So oh, I feel like I might have to sneeze. If I stop the camera, it's because I'm going to sneeze. Well, I stopped the camera and nothing happened, you might know. I'm a bit too previous. What was I saying about having the Baileys? Yeah, so I might have one of those this afternoon when I've done my little bits of pottering, and the Arony little bits as well. That's upside down. Does it matter? It might annoy me. So as regards the Baileys, do you remember me asking for some ideas before Christmas for desserts for over the Christmas period? And Tanya said to me that they have, or they like, I can't think and talk, bear with me. It's not a little piece, is it? That is. Come on, little pieces. Nice big little piece, if there is such a thing. Yeah, they like bread and butter pudding made with Baileys. Now, Neil loves bread and butter pudding. It's one of his most favourite desserts. I mean, I like it, but he loves it. And of course I love Baileys. So he had a go, you know. Neil does like to bake. I think I've said that to you before. He did make one. It was after Christmas. It must have been Christmas week. Not that many days ago, actually. So yeah, he made a bread and butter pudding with the panettone. And yeah, I suddenly remembered, and I said to him, "Oh, put some Baileys in it," which he did. And oh, it was lovely. It really was lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm just looking for something a bit different on the edge. Just a nice long piece like that. I'm just trying to, because I'm just aware that it took me such a long time to collage it yesterday that you could become bored. Let's try some bigger pieces. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing that again. We have more panettone because I bought a great big one and it wasn't touched on Christmas Day. I mean, Neil does love it. He eats it quite a lot, so it has been eaten, but you know, it was a big one. Oh my, it's raining, and it's raining quite hard on the window. I heard it, suddenly heard it. So yeah, that's the New Year weather for you. Raining in Lincolnshire. So yeah, I'll have to have a couple of drinks of my that's nice, isn't it? They're all nice, Denise. My Baileys. Did I say Baileys? I feel like I might have been saying Malibu, but I don't know. Gosh, I do feel like I've been drinking. Anyway, Baileys is what I meant. Baileys is all I bought. I didn't buy any Malibu. Yeah, I better get a bit of it drunk before it all ends up in... Oh, that little flower's come off. Look, petal. That's a piece of handmade paper. Yeah, before it all goes in the bread and butter pudding. Right, the backs then. Oh, what I did on the insides was, now let's have a look. I put a piece of tape on one, this tape measure, and that kind of did it all in one go. So let me just make sure I've inked in there. I've got these tape measures, as you know, in all shapes and colours and sizes. I think they're all, very nearly all, if not all, from Nanine at Collage Type. Right, I have to make sure I've got it the right way up once I start doing in here. Yeah, just to give it a bit of something when you look in. Yeah, that's good. Now, last time I collaged in it and then decided to put those over the top. And I also had, I've got one here somewhere, some of these strips that Tanya sent me from, I think, Tapeology. I might be wrong. Yeah, this is the thing. I turn it upside down to get to this side, and then I need to remember that these need to go in upside down as well. Not that it matters, I suppose, if it's upside down, but it would, I think it would annoy me. I say it doesn't matter, but I didn't do any extra ink on that one, did I? But it has got a nice straight edge. You know, and you're barely going to see that. That's all I'm going to cover on the inside. Yeah, lovely. And then because I'd got a strip, I carried on and did a strip round. Where is my... is that upside down? Yeah. So I did a strip all the way round, and then this one I just stamped in the middle. Look, it hasn't even got anything on the envelope there. And then that one I just put a big piece of scrap paper, because that can be journaled on too. What did I do on the back? Nothing on the back so far. And then of course one of my beautiful birds, because I think I told you Roberta suggested that I do a bird journal, and I do want to. Might not be for a while, but I'm going to start making some pieces of my ephemera with birds on, so that I've got it ready to go. Now the reason they keep going too far is because it's open still, it's a tube, so I need to either stitch down there, or obviously once it's, I was going to say stitched in a signature, but it might not be. Yeah, I might stitch down there on the sewing machine, maybe. Right, so I'll do the same again, which is why, and I haven't done it, look, which is why I needed that ink in, because I just thought it would fold easier. Right, now I can have this beautiful This beautiful piece. If I didn't paper over the creases there. This paper just keeps on giving. Keep thinking I've used it, and then I've actually, before Christmas, I tidied all my papers away, so the folder full of it is actually not here. Which way do I want to go? I'm going to go that way. I don't mind a bit of white showing behind, and I can always go over it with the ink again if it starts to offend me. Lovely. Yeah, so you know, for guests and what have you, I put a lot of stuff away, so I need to get it all out again. I've got my Tim Holtz pad came from Amazon that I told you I was ordering. The 12x12. I've not had a 12x12 before. Well, that's the cat doing his zoomy up the stairs again. And it came with tons. You know the old joke about Amazon putting tiny little packages in great big boxes with tons of wrapping paper. Well, they literally did this pad. I mean, I'm pleased that, you know, you want your paper to stay the shape it's supposed to be. You don't want it creased or bashed, dinged or anything, do you? So I can kind of see why they did it. But yeah, massive box. Put, you know, rolls and rolls and rolls of the paper around it as well, which again, I'm sure it needed. There's another piece of that from Tanya's gift. Let's put that on. So yeah, I'm gonna flatten that out and have a play with it as well. So I mean, there's so much. I'll be making journal pages with it mostly, but I will also, well, there'll be scraps, so there'll be bits of it in the scraps, won't there? But I will also using it to collage on things like that, because it's lovely backing, isn't it, to back things. Right, I'm gonna choose a big piece for the middle of there. I've got some more of that. I don't know how that became, you know, cut at that shape. It's like the whole piece has been torn up very strangely. Let me just have a look in my very organised scrap box, because I've got like backing pages and book pages and not really what I'm after. Let's see what's in here. So these are just pages out of a book that have, no, I really want something, yeah, I want it to have a little bit of personality, a little bit of interest, shape and what have you. So I think tearing is the, well, I couldn't have done that any better, it just fits perfectly. But is it a bit too plain? It's got those little flecks on it, I don't know if you can see. Or I could, what did I do with that stamp yesterday? Good question. Oh, it's here. Could stamp that on it again. Oh, I've got a ruler on there as well. Could get the two together and just stamp on it. Oh, I don't want to move. You're not on very straight though. Oh my goodness, Denise. That's been on there a long time. Oh my goodness. Come on. Are you ever going to stick down again? You're not straight now. That's it. Yeah, I think that might be nice in there. So let's, the edge is quite heavily. It's very thin paper. I'm creasing it on purpose because I'm going to do some of this. And that's it. That's what I wanted. So already it's got, you see, it's got, I was going to say a bit more, but it's got a lot more personality now. Grunginess, I guess, is what I'm saying. It looked a little bit pristine, didn't it? Nice and neat and flat. Have I turned everything the other way around and not turned it back again? Nope, I have turned it back again. Just checking. Good thought. Not that this would have made any difference. Got a little bit of white there. Never mind, I can live with it. I'm just gonna, I think I'll let it dry a little bit obviously before I stamp on it, because the stamp will be a bit more clear if that's dry, so I need to remember to do it though. Right, you're all escaping, back you come. What we're doing on here, same again. I quite liked using that strip of Tanya's. That's not using my scraps up, I know, but it's making life a bit speedier for the film. Oops, another lovely gloopy bit. Right, let's use some of these up now. Have you one there? I don't know why I keep moving that book over there. I use it and then move it. 2 seconds later I want it back. So that's the end of that, wasn't it? Yeah. Some music. I'm going to ink that piece, I think. Again, it's quite a whitish piece of paper. That's it. I'm probably thinking about it far too much. You know, what's going around the edge is a lovely piece of Edith there, look. Yeah, I'm going to put it right across. That's not going to work for much else, is it? I like putting little bits of Edith Holden pages in because everybody, I think just about everybody recognises them. Yeah, that's nice as well. And I'm glooping out. So crikey, we have been, oh, I was going to say, oh yeah, we have been 20 minutes, haven't we, because I've stopped. I'm looking at the 2 clocks, the one on the my phone that I've got going that says I've been 20 minutes, and the one on the phone that I'm filming on that says 13 minutes. So, but yeah, I stopped it to not sneeze. Just going to trim that, I think, rather than fold it over. That's it. Okay, so I've nearly done the inside. What we're going to do on this one. Still quite liking that. Would be a good place to use it up. Quite like that flower the right way though. Let's oh, let's use that bit down there. And then think about what I'm going to do in the middle afterwards. I don't want to go over that piece of handmade paper. Now, I quite like there being a bit of light in there. I'm just thinking about a stencil with whatever colour happens to be on the brush that I grab, which looks like brown. Looks like one of the browns that are upside down. Yep. Just so it's not pristine white. Poor old pristine white, it does get a bashing, doesn't it? Ah, lovely. That looks like it's behind it as well. Yeah, so you have to remember that's going to be stamped on in there. So the front then. Now last time I had everything wrapped around it when I made that one, and I haven't this time. Right, are we the right way up? Let's keep it the right way up. So, oh, let me get rid of these because they're making my scraps look like I've got more than I really have to get through. These are just organ. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Look at that. Let's have some of that on it. I'm such a magpie. It's got a bit of shiny on it. I've got to have it. Yeah, because it's going to have a bird or something on it, isn't it? Shall I just... X. The index now says X. I'm just going to map that whole thing on there. I like it. Yeah, so it's another thing about using your scraps and making things, you know, like this with not whole pieces of paper, is that you will never ever make two the same or similar unless you really try. That book's not big enough. Yeah, let's just have this out of my page, that. This is the problem. All I've got on here, apart from that one glue book, are these old books. I'll use this one. It's quite a nice thick page. I'll be able to glue it together and then use it as a background. I think it's Rachel I saw when I first started watching, who is Roxy Creations. Always used to stick a glue on a glue book and then fold them over and stick them together. Good idea when you've got, you know, when you're using books like she has, old books with, yeah, something nice about them. Did I ink in there? My cloth stuck to me. Don't know if I did, so I will just take that off now straight away, because it is nice paper. Then I've not wasted a nice piece of paper. That's it. I'm adding to my scraps now. Right, so what do we want down here? That was quite nice. It's got a rabbit on the back, but quite like that grid. That's one of Nanine's backing papers. Oops. Sorry, Bunny. And then what? That's nice. It's even got a corner piece on it. That's the one. Oh, so it is coming together quite a lot quicker, I'm thinking, than yesterday's. Oops, excuse me hiccuping. So have we got anything else interesting that I'd like to do on the back? I'm liking using the book page, to be honest. Let's just have a little dig. That was nice, wasn't it? Let's have that on. And I've got a lot of map in here. Sorry if I'm mumbling. Stop mumbling, Denise. What's that? That's a nice book page. Ward off the evil eye. Don't know what it's from, but we'll have that little bit off. Oh, it's probably from that herb book, I'm thinking. And most of that off. That's it. Chuck those in the bin. I'm thinking this one first. So these are like the coats of arms, or explaining about coats of arms from the heraldry book, which I must dig out because it's got some good stuff in it. So many good things you have that you forget about. Maybe put some of it in the paper packs next time I do them. That's it. I think that is a freebie, a very, very old freebie from Tina, which Abby Dabby Doo Dah. Yeah, I like it. So let's my bin's getting a bit full, folks. I have to say I am using a Christmas bag, a Christmas gift bag. I know I've saved a few, but I saved them for years, and yeah, just literally for one day of the year, I had a bag full of bags that were needed house room. So I don't do that anymore now. I don't. Oh, well, I do. I use them. I've got 2 or 3. I've got one here with papers in it, but yeah, I'm using them for rubbish and all sorts of things. I'm not just going to store them in a cupboard for use, you know, an odd day each year. Something has to give. Where was that paper that I liked? It's got this date on it, look, May the 3rd, 1884. It just appealed to me. Have it down there. So what do we want above it? Some of this lovely pink. Yes, I'm just going to do that edge where it goes there. So this isn't the pink from Angie. This is pink that was wrapped around those pink envelopes. There was like a band wrapped around them that I got on the car boot. It's lovely paper, but it's not hand dyed. Covering up all me lovely images. My stags. Put it a bit higher so we can see that one. That's it. Like that. Just one piece and we're done. So I did it in bigger pieces. This one, I guess. Have that corner of music there. And it's two. Let's have something that pops. I think that might be a bit. Oh no, it's not. Let's have something glistening. In fact, it's probably a good place for that. Yep, I'm not throwing. I'm not throwing those little pieces. Sometimes you just want a tiny bit of gold on something. I mean, you could put something down the middle, couldn't you? A spine cover sort of thing. You could put lace down the middle. Yeah, might be nice actually with something down the middle. Okay, so that's it, apart from stamping on that, and it's still not dry, so I should just leave it stood up there and push all those in a little bit. Now, I've got under here, oh no I haven't, all I've got under here is these two things, which are drying straight from yesterday's make. I'm just having a look at, whoops, these two cards. Because I backed two pieces of paper together, and these were the offcuts, so that one would do. It might need a little bit off the bottom. That one's a bit small. Is that one a bit small? No, just a bit off the bottom of that one. Too small, too small. Yeah, definitely. What a shame. What about you? No, you're all... How annoying. I thought I had cut a couple to fit it. Never mind. Right, what have I got in here? Just bear with me. These are things that I've got waiting to cut out on the... yeah. Oh, look. What's it called? The die cutting machine, the Gemini. Yeah, so that's from my other ideology pad. Is it? Don't know. Don't know what it's from. Anyway, it's Tim Holtz. So, what did I do with that one? I know it's shiny, but it would make a nice... Just cut it down. I can still cut some die cut bits out of that. Oops. Would make a nice tag, wouldn't it? Yeah, I have done it bigger than I need it, because if I have to straighten it off... Right, let me not lose that one. It's a bit off the side and a bit off the top. I'll get my chopper out, and I've got to decide if I want it the same or different. That side. That's nice and straight. That's the bottom, isn't it? Let's straighten everything up. It was a bit tall anyway, wasn't it, if I remember rightly? Okay, let's see how they fit. Maybe I could use some collage papers on this. It's just, do I want to... I could just put something... Yeah, the bird could go on that, couldn't it, if I put a bird on? Let's try before I decide. Try before you buy. Right, here's my big bird. Some are cut out, some are not. It's not very often you get to use the really big ones though, to be honest. No, very nearly, but just a little bit too big. You would go, but I want something a bit less colourful. Gosh. Don't know. Not sure about that background. Might have to use some ducks. I've got so many ducks. Never seem to choose them. Oh, he's nice, isn't he? Let's look at him. He's a seagull. Oh, now I don't mind him on there so much. Let's have a little play then. Seeing as it's a play date, I'm just thinking I could maybe put some of that lovely tissue paper on it, and that would bring down the background. Sorry about the noise. I've just got to find the right pot. Tissue paper and vellum. Okay. Oh, I've got that lovely piece from, I think Tanya sent me that, pretty sure she did. But no, I think I want tissue that's going to yeah, I'm looking for what? Who sent me it? Was it Carol or Violet? I'm terrible, aren't I? That's all mine. I've got some Tim Holtz here somewhere. I know I have. I'll be with you in a minute. It's probably right at the very bottom. Well, where's it gone? I've been robbed. I'll just put it here so you can see what I'm looking through. I'm sure you're bored. Ah, there it is. There it is. I knew I had some Tim Holtz in there. Just trying not to use it, wasn't I? Okay, I'm making a right mess of my room. I've got stuff all over the floor. Stuff all over the desk. Right, Tim Holtz and Tim Holtz, is that going to work? Got a piece, cut something out this end, clearly. Okay, let's create some little pieces because I want a big piece on it. I think my ruler might be better. Doesn't have to completely cover it. Just to take a lot of the, oh, come on, a lot of the shininess down. Right, and I'm going to take a piece off there, so keep those bits handy, and I'm going to refold this. There's a piece, pull that off, because it's a nice big piece, and then I know where it is when I want it, back in the box. That's it. So that is going to just take that down, isn't it? Mod Podge, or where's the other stuff? Gone. Yeah, Mod Podge it is then. Let me just get a brush. Now I haven't got any water here, so I'm just going to go straight in the tub. I did have some Mod Podge somewhere, watered down, ready to go, but that should be enough. So, speeded up on the, put a lot on there, look, on the actual make, and slowed down on the journal card. Yep, I'm not bothered if it creases. It adds to the, it is smoothing out actually because of the how smooth the paper is underneath. I've got a couple of little creases, nothing much. Okay, let's put this away before I send it everywhere. I'll have to wash my brush very quick. I'll wrap it up in some wet wipe just while I finish my video, because we've not got that long left. Oh, maybe I should have put the bird on with it. Why did I only choose one bird? I needed two. And where have they gone? I've flown away. Whoops, whoops, they really have. Because we liked him on there, didn't we? What we're having on this one. Right, can't have a duck on there now. I've got another seagull. They're both going the same way there, that's a shame. I've got a goose. Oh, he's nice. He's similar, isn't he? He's similar in size. That's probably it. No, they're both birds, both got feathers. I'll have to sort those out. They're all over the place. Okay. So what do we want? We want some backing paper on here because that's not good writing paper. I'll simply mat it on a piece of... Oh, shall we use that that's on the inside? Will you fit? Not quite. Awkward. Piece of book page. What was that? Something flowing around? Yeah, there's a nice piece of book page. Vintage book page. I have to be careful how I rub that side. Move over, folks. And I even cut the tabs on the sides out of my scraps as well with my tab punch, so oopsie. I'll go to the edge because it should be cut. Both should be cut properly because they are machine cut. I'm guessing that book page is machine cut. And then I've got a big woodpecker there. I'll have some more scraps, some luscious scraps. That's it. Oh look, and that one's got £3 written on it in pencil. Let's put a bird on this and then we can leave him to dry. I think he might be better on there. Yeah, I think he's better. I don't know why, he just is. Oh dear, I am in a pickle. Look at this. And then, what did I have? A label on the front of each, didn't I? Just take any excess white. I always leave a bit more around the bird's feet when I you know, put them into my folders because they curl up and become a mess. So I'll take a little bit more out now. He's going down. That's it. I'm getting warm now and the rain seems to have stopped. Glue. I had my art glitter today. I haven't. Or if I have, I'll put it back again. My little bottle of Collal came as well with my Tim Holtz paper. Look. I've not had one that small before. It's got this. I always wondered when I saw Tanya's what that was. It's got like a spreader attached at the back of it. So we'll see if that makes me any better with it. Right. Am I having anything down here for him to be stood on? Not sure I like that hole, but I like the rest of it. Yeah, it's a nice plain piece to rest your eyes on as well, against that very full on double Tim Holtz. It's taking the shiny off it, lovely though, that. Pleased with it. Yeah, I like him better on there. Up a bit. Yeah, up a bit. Okay. Up a bit. Remember when I put it down. Don't let me just slap it down. Oh dear. That's my folder falling over that's supposed to be drying out. Up a bit. I heard you. Don't want to rub this one too hard. If anything sticks up, I'll go back in with my art glitter when it's dry. It wants a good ink round as well and maybe a bit of a trim, but I'm not going to do anything till it's dry properly. What I will do quickly is grab a couple of... I'll put it in there. I'm going to be quick, but you never know. Oh dear. Stand. Labels, did I say? Did I finish my sentence? I'd like them fairly matching. Other than that, I don't really know what I want. That's a nice one. bear with, fast forward, whatever. Whatever you need to do. There's a couple of matching. Yeah, for the sake of time, I'm going to use them. I don't think it would really matter which labels I put on, as long as they were similar. Up that side. And what do I want my tabs out of? This is my next thought. I'll just put it in a bit, and then if I want to trim that card, because I haven't checked it ever, size wise. Just hope they're not too small, although we'll have two lovely journal cards, won't we, if they are. Right, I can ink this one because it's dry. Oops, get your elbows off the table. So this back one, this back digital is Victoria Designs. I think it's winter backgrounds or something like that. And the front one is Jump with Steph. I think I'll have him stood on something just because I've got that one. And do you know what I'm thinking? Will some of this be nice on here? That will tie them in, wouldn't it? That's quite a nice piece there. Oops. And I'm going to just put it on with some U-hoop. What was I saying? Oh yeah, ledger papers. She's got lots of sets of ledger papers, so I don't know which number it is. Oh, quite. Oh, what made me think he fit? Are you all wider? Yeah, that tag's wider. Not by much. Let's just stand him at a bit of an angle. I'll get him on then. Right, make sure you get him at that angle, Denise, when you glue him down. How long have I been? Oh, got 10 minutes. I'm all right. I just want to get a couple of tabs out. You can see why it took so long though, can't you? Well, not why, but that it did. I don't know why. Just because I'm having fun, I guess. It's one of those projects where you get to use lots of your bits and pieces, of which I always like. This needs a good ink. Yeah, it's kind of, that tissue paper's kind of tied it in with more of the brownie colours that I'm using. It was a little bit pinky blue, that digital. Okay, you have them facing each other, so I have the tabs on the outside. Now the thing about putting a tab on this one is I haven't inked it. I just ink the one side, I think, while it dries. I just don't want to handle it too much until it has. Okay, so let's grab some paper out of here for some tabs. What is appealing? Look how much is left still. Tons of it. I want them matching. I used book page for the last one. Hang on. Let me just have a dig and see what I've got. You're quite thick, but you're not matching, are you? Maybe I haven't got a piece big enough to get two out of. Let's have a look. These are all small pieces. No, you're the wrong way. Oh, some bigger pieces here. Hang on. Oh, what about that? Oh, all green. Right, I like the green, I think. What do we think? Oh, that's very plain on the back, that one, isn't it? Might have to do some little collage on the back of there. Let's get a couple of tabs and see if we like them. Yeah, I've got to make sure I leave a little gap at the top. so that the papers are hinged. You don't have to, you can just print them out and punch them out. I can't really see. You can hear the concentration. And glue them back together, but it's a much neater. I think because the paper's so dark. Yeah, not bad. I just caught it a little bit there, but it will glue. Because the paper's dark and I can't see. That's it, I think. Ooh. Is that a better one? Oh no, I did that one even further. Look, I certainly couldn't see. Let's just go with it. Go with the flow. That's a good New Year's Day idea, isn't it? Let's just go with the flow. Gosh, I just cannot believe where that hour's gone. Oops. I didn't even try it up against it to see if I liked it, did I? Just cut it out, and now this has got some greeny type, oh, stuck it together. Colours, you know, some green tones. That's what I was trying to say on it, so it will be fine. Now what I need to do here is make sure I put that in the same place. So let's see if I can still see that afterwards. Just about. Did I ink that? Yeah. Just so that they line up in the envelope, in the pocket. What are they going to be called? They're not really envelopes now, are they? They're altered envelopes. Yeah, see, I didn't draw that where I wanted it. Never mind. Altered envelope. Oh, I don't know. Journal spots. What are they? Right, nothing's really dry, so what I will do is, oh, I was going to say I'll put a picture on at the end, but I need to upload it now, really. Yeah, it's all quite wet. You in? That one's gone a long way in. And down. Just put a bird on the front. Right, I'm going to take them out because, yeah, everything's wet. I just need a birdie on here. Another bird. I bet that great big one's too big, aren't you? Yeah, got to cut his tail off, but that would be a bit mean and it wouldn't look quite right, would it? Okay, so these are rather lovely. I won't look for too long, just see if there's anything else that really grabs me. Quite a few of these aren't cutting out. There's a nice pair there. Let's have a look. No, I think I quite like him. He's quite similar stance to the ones that are inside as well. So, yeah, of course he's got a lot of white round him. I like just a tiny bit round so it kind of stands out from the background, because birds very much blend in, don't they? Especially with our distress coloured papers, but not quite that much. And a bit round his feet, like I say. Maybe I could do with that bit out from in there. Excuse me, pull your toes in if you don't want your nails cutting. Gosh, our cat needs his nails cutting. I keep telling you that, don't I? I'm sure he's put a hole in our bed sheet when he tried to jump up last night, and I don't know, I wasn't awake particularly, but he somehow didn't quite make it, so he fell back down, which is strange because he's a good jumper. And I'm sure I heard his claw actually in the sheet. I must have a look actually. Right. He's doing the hokey cokey with his right leg in and his right leg out. Yep, it's silly time of day. He'll be glued down, so we'll be, look, you see what I mean? Right leg in. What did I put on the front of the other one? Just a bird. Oh, and I put a label on there as well. Oh, and he was sat on something interesting. I've got anything interesting for you to sit on? Let's have a look. Oh, I do. How about one of these? Let's for butterfly. So these are Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah labels. It's a bit big, isn't it? But no, that's too small. Are they all butterflies yet? Might just tear one of these down. Ooh, that's nice. Put it away, Denise. Ooh. In you go. Tear this down and see. Just looks a little bit oversized at the minute. Oh, tear or nibble, whichever. I don't want it nibbled. Not that much, to that degree anyway. That's better. Do I want it in kit? Yes. Right, what was I doing? I was thinking of a name for them. So, are they double pocket journal spots? Double pocket journal Ling? Come on, tell me what they're called. Get those feet tied down. Okay, we're very nearly done. I hope you've enjoyed spending an hour listening to me twaddle on. No change there. Oh, something up with his legs, they keep bending. Right, get yourself attached, please. Must have put too much glue on. I suppose it's shiny paper because it's a book image. Okay, let's fold it over so we can see just what we're supposed to see. So do I want a label, or do I want a label that we make out of some scrap? I mean, that would be good, but that looks like a little piece of Tim Holtz. I might be wrong. Just to make it a bit different from the other one. What do we think? Yeah, I'm going to go with that because it's a scrap, which is the name of the game, isn't it? Scrappy Sunday after all, rather than a label. No, it needs a good ink and a good trim round, but like I say, it's quite wet. I wonder if I can stamp that now. It's drier than it was. I would like for you to see it stamped. No, I'll put a picture on at the end of it stamped is what I'll do. I'll hang on and I'll give it half an hour before I upload and see how we go. And if it all goes smudgy and horrible, I'll cover it over. How about that? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Let's have a look how you guys are going in. So you're from there, like that. You are from there. I mean, they're quite substantial pieces. They took a while to make, didn't they? You wouldn't want more than one, I don't think, in a journal. That's the one I did earlier, so how are we faring? Oh yeah, that one's a lot darker, that one's a lot lighter. Good use of envelopes though. Yeah, I like them. Open them up, lots of journaling. They could decorate the back, put journaling on the back. Could put a pocket, they would be nice. Wouldn't they be nice with a torn pocket on there? Yes. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. I'd love you to give me a thumbs up if you get the opportunity. And I will be back tomorrow. I'd love to see you then. Have a lovely day and Happy New Year. Bye for now.